Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Brajajanandana Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Brajajanandana Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव राधा माधव जय राधा माधव जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतशिष्य माधव शरणारविंद भक्त वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन ब्यूटी आचार्य डिवाइन ग्रेस श्री प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतशिष्य माधव भक्ति सिद्धांत श्री गौतम श्री प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की श्री गौर निताय की लक्ष्मण सिंह भगवान की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की समर्पित गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories all glories Guru and Gauranga all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति सपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादं सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्नाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतिष्ये नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanang Namaskritya Narang Chaiva Narottamam Deving Saraswating Vyasang Tata Jayamudiraye Nasta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. So reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 8. Chapter is entitled Dhruva Maharaj Lips Song, text number 19. So you will repeat this verse. It's not written on the board, or I'll read. Atistatat, so small. Atistatat vimatsarastam uktam samatrapi jad obhyalikam आराधया अदक्षज पाद पद्मं यदिच्छसे अध्यासनम उत्तम यथा अतिष्ठतत्तात विमस्तरस्तं उक्तं समत्रापि जली आराधया दक्षज पाद पद्मं यदिच्छसे अध्यासतम उत्तम यथा अतिष्ठतत्तात विमत्सरस्तं उक्तं समत्रापि जद अव्यलिप्तं उक्तं समत्रापि जद अव्यलिकम् आराधय अदक्षज पाद पद्मं यदिच्छसे अध्यासनम उत्तम यथा Okay. Athishtha, just execute. Tat, that. Tata, my dear son. Vimatsaraha, without being envious. Tam, unto you. Uktam, said. Samatrapi, by your stepmother. Yat, whatever. Abbalikam, the actual. Adaksaja, the transcendence. Pada Padmam, lotus feet. Yadi Ichase, desire. Abhyasanam, to be seated along with. Uttama, your step brother. Jatha, as much as. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. My dear boy, whatever has been spoken by Suruchi, your stepmother, although very hurts to hear, is factual. Therefore, if you desire at all to sit on the same throne as your step-brother, Uttama, then give up your envious attitude and immediately try to execute the instruction of your stepmother. Without further delay, you must engage yourself in worshipping the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport. The harsh words used by Suruchi to her stepson were true because unless one is favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one cannot achieve any success in life. Man proposes, God disposes. Suniti, the mother of Dhruva Maharaj, agreed with her co-wife's advice that Dhruva engage himself in the worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Indirectly, the words of Suruchi were a benediction for Dhruva Maharaj. For because of the influence of his stepmother's words, he became a great devotee. Mukam karati vachalam pangul langhayate giring yatkripa tamaham vande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishvara. Hare Krishna. So we are discussing from fourth canto, chapter 8, and the chapter is entitled Dhruva Maharaj Leaves Home. So Dhruva Maharaj episode is very, very important because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself used to hear this pastime again and again. All of you know, after taking sannyas, Mahaprabhu went to Jagannath Puri. And every day afternoon, he used to go to Tota Gopinath temple, where Gadadhar Pandit used to stay. And Mahaprabhu wanted to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from Gadadhar Pandit. And Gadadhar Pandit used to ask Mahaprabhu, what will be the topic today for discussion? That time, there was no continuous discussion like this, verse by verse. So, Mahaprabhu used to tell Gadadhar Pandit that please discuss from Dhruva Charita or Prahlad Charita. So, the character of Dhruva Maharaj and character of Prahlad Maharaj was spoken by Gadadhar Pandit many times. Many times. So, this Bhagavat discourse is happening between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Gadadhar Pandit. So, who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? We discussed yesterday in detail. Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And who is Gadadhar Pandit? Gadadhar Pandit is Srimati Radharani. So, Radharani and Krishna, they are talking from Bhagavatam. What is the topic? Dhruva Charita and Prahlad Charita. But we are very much interested to go to that most esoteric aspect of Krishna's pastime with the gopis. So you have to understand medicine is according to a particular patient who can relish the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan. Who can relish that? Rupa Goswami is telling that you should have some attraction for that pastime. So how that attraction will develop? Through anartha nivriti. Because unless and until our heart is purified, it is not possible to have attraction for Krishna in Vrindavan. So Raganuga Bhakti is misunderstood. Raganuga Bhakti is also sadhana bhakti. but it is little advanced level of sadhana. Anartha nibriti. After that, that feeling or attraction will come. That is known as lobha, greed. What is the greed? Greed for the bhava of the Brajavasis. So greed to develop that kind of bhava, what Brajavasis have. So what kind of bhava Brajavasi have? They are ragatmika bhaktas. Ragatmika bhaktas means those who have spontaneous attraction and deep thirst for the object of the love. And how is exhibited? That thirst that is exhibited by continuous and deep absorption, how to satisfy the object of love. That is a symptom of ragatmika bhakti. So that should be understood. So ragatmika bhakti is with the eternal associates of Krishna in Vrindavan, the Brajavasis. Brajavasis means Brajavasis in Vrindavan, Golaka Vrindavan, not Bhoma Vrindavan. Nitya Siddhas, they are ragatmika bhaktas. And what is the symptom of that bhakti? Deep thirst. Thirsty, no? When you become thirsty, what happens? We become absorbed in what? Water. So Brajavasis, they are also thirsty. For what? Thirsty for the object of love. Who is the object of love? Krishna. And how they exhibit that? Deep absorption. How to please Krishna. So coming back to the point of Dhruva Maharaj, the topic of Dhruva Maharaj is very, very important for us because Mahaprabhu has emphasized this. Why? Because Dhruva Maharaj's life is a life of a sadhaka, sadhana bhakti. And he performed this sadhana bhakti at the age of 5. By that we can understand pure devotional service does not depend on age. Anybody can do it. That is the lesson we should learn. Dhruva Maharaj started bhakti at the age of 5. Prahlad Maharaj started bhakti in the womb. So now the question may arise, who can do pure devotional service? Who can practice pure devotional service? That is very important secret to understand. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that bhakti is the cause of bhakti. Because bhakti comes from bhakta, pure devotees. So how the process really begins is very important to understand. It begins by the causeless mercy of the pure devotee. The journey of pure devotional service begins with the causeless mercy of the pure devotees. Example is given, maybe someone was a cow in the previous life. And cow gives milk, right? And the milk is offered to the Lord somehow, some milk. So who is going to offer the milk to the Lord? Devotees. So by that offering, who gets the sukriti? The cow gets the sukriti. It's known as agyata sukriti. Bhakti unmukhi sukriti. There are karma unmukhi sukriti, jnana unmukhi sukriti. There is also bhakti unmukhi sukriti. So how can someone develop bhakti unmukhi sukriti? By the causeless mercy of the pure devotees. Another example, maybe someone was a mango tree in his past life. So mango was offered to the Lord. So who will offer mango to the Lord? Again, pure devotees. So by that mango tree gets a sukriti, or gyata sukriti, bhakti unmukhi sukriti, because it's offered to the Lord. So when we have this kind of sukriti, and what is the result of that sukriti? Some attraction for devotional service. And we can see that some people from very early childhood has some attraction for bhakti. Why? Because of previous bhakti unmukhi sukriti accumulated. And when someone is engaged in service again, then that attraction increases. And because of that, he gets into sadhana bhakti. He becomes committed to render devotional service. So this is the sequence given by Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So bhakti is the cause of bhakti. And for that, we have to depend on the mercy of the pure devotees. So Dhruva Maharaj was the son of King Uttanapad. Swayambhuva Manu had two sons, Priyavrata Maharaj and Uttanapad. Uttanapad had two wives, Suniti and Suruchi. The son of Suruchi was Uttama and son of Suniti was Dhruva. But somehow Uttanapad was very much attracted to Suruchi, but not so much attracted to Suniti. Ruchi and Niti. Name also implies something. Ruchi means taste. Niti means principle. So generally in this world we have taste for sense enjoyment and for principles of life. That's normal. We are all like the descendant of King Uttanapad. We are attracted to enjoyment, right? That is Suruchi. But we are not attracted to the principles, the values, spirituality. We are not attracted. So the human life begins when we start appreciating the values of human form of life. Attraction for sense enjoyment is normal, natural. Dhayate vishayan pungso sangastis upajayate. Sanga sangjayate kamo Dhayate vishayan pungso sangastis upajayate. Sanga sangjayate kamo kamat pradupajayate. Pradat bhavati sammoha. Sammoha siti vibhrama. Siti bhangshat buddhi nasat panasya. That is a natural consequence of attraction. If you are attracted to sense enjoyment, what will happen? Will go down. But if you are attracted to Krishna, what will happen? Antakale cha mamevas paran mukta kalevaram japrayati samad bhavam jati nastatva asanksha. But if you are attracted to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead will go up. So if you are attracted to Suniti, then will go up. But if you are attracted to Suruchi, will go down. Sense enjoyment will take us down and spirituality will take us up. But somehow Uttanapad was attracted to Suruchi and naturally he was attracted to Uttama also. So one day Uttama was sitting on the lap of his father. And Dhruva thought, why not me? He is my brother. So he is on the lap of my father, so why not me also? Then he wanted to sit on the lap of his father. And when he was trying to do that, Suruchi, although is very attractive to Uttanapad, but she spoke in a very harsh way, harsh words. And she said that whatever you are desiring is not possible. You are desiring to sit on the lap of your father, that will be possible if you take birth from my womb. Suruchi is telling. So he is telling, please die and take birth again. Unless and until you take birth from my womb, it is not possible. So very pleasing words or what? Harsh words. So words play a very important role in our life. Here it is explained in this verse. Although the words of Suruchi were harsh, but it was truth. But according to Bhagavad Gita, truth should be spoken also in a palatable way. But Guru can speak truth in a harsh way also. But naturally, we have a tendency to speak harshly. That's why Anudbega Karamba Krishna says you have to practice Vachabegam. But we have a natural tendency to speak when we become upset. So naturally, we speak harsh words. But Guru also sometimes speaks harsh words, but out of compassion. Harsh words are needed. Otherwise, people don't change. Sweet words generally don't work. That's why Guru means heavy. That's why Prabhupada used to be very, very heavy to his disciples. And he said, what can I do? That is my duty. Because unless the students are rectified by my teaching, then I am not performing the role of a Guru. But generally, harsh words are spoken out of envy. Last, anger, then envy. So here, Suruchi's words were not out of compassion. Suruchi's words were out of envy. But Suniti played a very significant role in the life of Dhruva. Although it was spoken out of envy, but because it is truth, should be accepted. Intention is very important for a person who is talking, but who is taking the lesson to be learned, whether it is spoken with good intention or bad intention. But what is spoken is truth, should be accepted. That is the teaching here. Although Suruchi spoke out of envy, although Suruchi spoke harshly, Dhruva was devastated in anger. Suniti was also devastated in pain. Still, Suniti accepted the essence and advised Dhruva in a right way. Essence was taken. He said, your mother, stepmother told harsh words, but the essence is very important. What is the essence? Whatever your desire can only be fulfilled by the Supreme Personality of God. That is the essence. Saragrahi. A Vaishnava is a Saragrahi. He takes the essence. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of Vedas. So you have to take the essence. And Dhruva was also a very sincere soul. That's why he is in Srimad Bhagavatam. So he was 5 years old, but he was very, very sincere. So when Dhruva was instructed to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because only Krishna can give him whatever he is desiring. So going to Krishna is auspicious. Taking shelter of Krishna is auspicious. There can be different intention. But whoever gets in touch with Krishna, his life becomes auspicious. Akamo sarva kamo va moksha kama udaradhi tibrena bhakti yogena jajatam purusankara. Whoever, akama, without any desire. Sarva kama, full of desire. Moksha kama, desire for liberation. Anybody, whoever is connected with Krishna becomes purified. What to talk about akama, sarva kama, moksha kama, even the demons, they become purified. Right? Kanksha, He was completely absorbed in Krishna's thoughts. He was a highly Krishna conscious person. Right? Who is Krishna conscious? Who is thinking of Krishna. Rupa Goswami says, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. That is the essence of all rules and regulations. And Kamsa was practicing that essence of all rules and regulations. But he is classified as demon. Why? Because he is not fitting into one condition of pure devotional service. Although he was absorbed in devotional activity by remembering Krishna, because remembering Krishna is one of the limb of bhakti, right? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. So remembering Krishna is the essence actually. So Kamsa was remembering Krishna, but he is not qualified in the category of devotee. Why? Because he was not anukullena. Anna vilasita shunyam jnana karmadi anabhitam anukullena krishna anusilanam bhaktiruttama. So anukulya means favorable attitude. What is the meaning of favorable? Accepting Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, accepting oneself as the servant of Krishna, and accepting the process of devotional service. And intention should be to please Krishna. Anna vilasita shunyam means only desire should be the desire to please Krishna. No other desire. So, remembering Krishna was also pleasing to Krishna. Chanur Mustik were also pleasing Krishna. Because Krishna is always pleased, he is Atmaram. But whether Krishna is pleased or not, that is not the criteria. What is our desire? That is the criteria. Right? So that's why Kamsa is excluded from the category of devotee, because he did not have the desire to please Krishna. What desire he had? He wanted to kill Krishna. Right? That's why he is a demon. But he got purified. Why he got purified? Because he was remembering Krishna. So whether you are remembering in a favorable way or whether you are remembering in unfavorable way, you will be purified. And Kamsa got liberated. And Narad Muni is explaining the intensity of Krishna consciousness for the demons is much more than the intensity of Krishna consciousness of the devotees. Who is telling that? Narad Muni. So he is telling demons are more Krishna conscious than devotees. So they are in higher position then. It is explained, both the demons, devotees, they attain the perfection. And what is the motivation for devotees? Right? What is the motivation for devotees? Demons, they get liberated, but they get Sajujya Mukti. But devotees enter into the spiritual world. But it is also explained, some demons enter into spiritual world also. Just like Putana. Putana became the mother, nurse, Datri in the spiritual world. So a demon can become a mother. But our acharyas are explaining, we have to understand. Although they are in the spiritual world, but they are not experiencing the bhakti, what the pure devotees are experiencing. It is bhakta bhas. The bhava Mother Jashoda is experiencing. Putana is not able to experience that. It is the avas. Understand? So some motivation is there, no? Who can experience that mood of bhava of Mother Jasoda? Who will serve following in the footsteps of Mother Jasoda. He or she can experience that bhava. That's why who is a Raganuga Bhakta? Who follows in the footsteps of Ragatmika Bhaktas, not the demons. Who can experience the bhava of Brajavasis? Who follows in the footsteps of Brajavasis. That is a symptom of Raganuga Bhakti. So that bhava will not be given to anybody except to those who are following in the footsteps of Brajavasis. So demons will be liberated. Demons may enter into the spiritual world also because of their Krishna consciousness. But that is not enough to experience the bhava, experience the rasa of Brajavasis, the eternal residents of Vrindavan. So demons also get purified. Devotees also become purified because Krishna is supremely pure. So any contact with Krishna makes us pure. That's why it is recommended, somehow or other, we have to be connected with Krishna. So here the same lesson that Suruchi recommended Dhruva to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Suniti took the essence and advised his son, Dhruva, to do that. And Dhruva was a very serious candidate for bhakti. Why? As soon as he heard from his mother that he has to worship Krishna, he has to worship the Lord, so he asked a sincere question. So where can I find him? Where to find? Then Suniti said, I heard the saintly people go to the forest to search for God. Then what Dhruva did? He said, no, let me think. Now I am only 5 years old, maybe a little later. Immediately. That is a symptom of seriousness. How to know someone is serious or not? Who does not delay things. Immediately. Prabhupada said, what should be done? Should be done now. Now is the time. So Dhruva did not delay. He immediately left home. Immediately left home. And he was on the way to Madhuban, Brajmandal. On the way, Narad Muni came. The question may arise, how come Narad Muni knows? That time there was no WhatsApp. Suniti did not WhatsApp Narad Muni, 5 years old boy going alone, please take care of him. But WhatsApp is there because Paramatma is there. The transcendental WhatsApp is eternally existing. Now it is mechanical WhatsApp. Has some limitations. But transcendental WhatsApp does not depend on network, does not depend on mobile, does not depend on any connection. It is already there, transcendental connection. It's a connection from Paramatma to Paramatma. So Paramatma was there in the heart of Dhruva. Paramatma is there also in the heart of Narad Muni. And Paramatma is also in the heart of Suniti. So connection was there. So Krishna wants to show his mercy to who? Yesterday we were discussing. Who is the eligible candidate to receive the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Can anybody answer? I discussed in detail yesterday. Who is very sincere? Sincerity attracts the mercy. So how to understand someone is sincere? Who is a sincere person in Krishna consciousness? That also I discussed. Yes. Who is giving 100% for Krishna? He is sincere. Full marks. That's why Prabhupada once told no, that you have to be 100% Krishna conscious. There's a story is there. But sincerity has to be there to give the best to Krishna. It's not that when I have time, I'll chant. Whenever I'll get time, I'll hear. Once in a while, I'll go to the temple. It's like a choice. That is not the symptom of sincerity. And there should be urgency also. Someone is sincere means the urgency will be there. Parikshit Maharaj was in urgency. He felt the urgency. That's why he was very sincere and he was 100% Krishna conscious. Why there was urgency? Because he knew how many days he had? Only 7 days. But we don't know whether we have 7 minutes or 7 days or 7 seconds or 7 months. Still, we are not so much focused. Because we are influenced by mode of ignorance. Because we are thinking, we have time. Work now, samadhi later. We are not so much focused. Why? Because we don't have that urgency in our consciousness. So urgency will makes one sincere. That mood of urgency has to be there. And who has that mood of urgency? Who is in knowledge. Who knows that any time I can go. So that makes one sincere. If I die now, so what will be the situation? That's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur used to tell that we should be introspective, contemplate, at least once in 15 days, on every Ekadasi. We should contemplate whether we are advancing in Krishna consciousness or not. So, Dhruva was very sincere. And because of his sincerity, Krishna reciprocated appropriately. So when we are sincere, Krishna also will be very sincere in his reciprocation. But if we are not sincere, Krishna also reciprocate accordingly. Je jatha mang prapaddante tang tathaiva bhajam maham. So Dhruva was sincere, and because of his sincerity, Narada Muni came. Mahabhagavat came. Because Dhruva wanted perfection. If we want perfection in our life, definitely Krishna also will arrange everything, whatever is needed to attain perfection. So Dhruva thing was very quick because he was extremely sincere, extremely focused. So immediately thing happened very quick for Dhruva. Immediately Narada Muni came. Narada Muni tested Dhruva. Dhruva passed the test and he got the instruction. He performed the process given by Narada Muni in 6 months. Face to face. Darshan of the Supreme Personality of God. So what was the desire of Dhruva? To have the kingdom greater than Brahma. That was the desire. Sarvakam. But when he performed the process of devotional service, then he became purified. That is the power of Krishna consciousness. But because of his desire, he got Dhruva Loka. So therefore, we should desire carefully. That's why it is recommended not to desire anything material in the process of our devotional service. Although anybody can be purified, but the recommended process is that we should not desire anything material. That's why Mahaprabhu is recommending. Mahaprabhu is telling, Ama bhaje vishay mange. Se to boro murkha. Kintu ami to bigga, tare vishay kene dibo, sacharana amrita diya vishay bhulaibo. That is Mahaprabhu's mood. Krishna says, Je jathamang prapaddante. If you want material things, I'll give you material things. That is the reciprocation of Krishna. But Mahaprabhu is not like that. Mahaprabhu is very focused. He only wants to give pure bhakti. Then that is the only hope of the people in this age of Kali. Even if we have material desires, Mahaprabhu will purify that. He is telling, Ama bhaje, someone is worshipping me, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, Vishoy mange, expecting material gains. And what category he is in? According to Mahaprabhu, se to bada murkh. Great fool. Then Mahaprabhu said, I am not a fool. I am the big, I am intelligent. Why should I give him material things? Sacharana amrita diya Vishaya Bulava. I will make him forget about material gain by giving my mercy. And that is a hope-giving verse for all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. That's why it is recommended, please take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because that is the only hope we can have. Even if we have unlimited desires, if we take shelter of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by his causeless mercy, we can be purified of those desires. And we'll aspire for pure devotional service and perfect our life and go back home, back to God. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Gaur Premanande. Any question? If you have any comment, any reflection? Yes. They experience the mood of mukti. Yes, they have bhakta bhas. They will not experience pure bhakti there.
And what is the hope? Later sometime?
We don't know that. That much has been spoken by our acharyas to establish the supremacy of devotional service over demoniac absorption in Krishna. They will not experience the bhava. They will experience the bhava of Sajajya Mukti.
But the association in Vaikuntha will not affect it?
That I cannot speculate because that has not been spoken. I did not read.
No, that's right, I understand, but what we are understanding is to association.
It can happen. Maybe they have to come down again. Then again question will come, Jadvatana Nivartante Tadhama Paramam Mamo. So many things are there. So don't enter into complications. So acharyas have spoken like that, so I just repeated what they spoke. Any other question?
Praying Yoga Maya, that brings the take away me from the Mahamaya and keep under good. How that works? You were telling them what is the taking shelter of Mahaprabhu, and this process how it works.
So you don't like to take shelter of Mahaprabhu?
No, I was praying this way till now. I'm just whenever I want to pray.
It is explained. Mahaprabhu's teaching is Gopi Bhartu Pada Kamalara Das Dasanu Das. We should not overstep our boundary. Jiva Goswami, not Jiva Goswami, Raghunatha Goswami wanted to do that. He wanted to have direct access of Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu rejected him. Then he wanted to have access to Nityananda Prabhu. He also told, you cannot have access to me unless and until you please the Vaishnavas. When he fed the Vaishnavas and pleased them, then Nityananda Prabhu blessed him. And when Nityananda Prabhu blessed him, Mahaprabhu accepted him. And when Mahaprabhu accepts, then Radha Krishna will accept. This is the chain. So, Sadhu Guru, Vaishnava, they cannot be avoided. Direct access is not recommended. That's why Krishna says, who claims that he is my devotee is not my devotee. Who claims he is the devotee of my devotee is my devotee. So Mahaprabhu is the greatest devotee because he came in the mood of Chaitanya, he came in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Radharani is the topmost devotee. So there is no difference between Mahaprabhu and Radharani, but there is a difference. Mahaprabhu is extremely merciful. Radharani is also merciful, you should not compare, but the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is unparalleled. If you avoid Mahaprabhu and try to have access to Radha and Krishna directly, I don't think that will work so nicely. Understand? Hare Krishna. And don't try to bypass the Vaishnavas.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, for the benefit of devotees on Zoom, can someone repeat the questions being asked?
Okay.
In Zoom, one question is asked that Dhruva Maharaj initially wanted only to sit on father's lap. How did that simple desire turn into a desire for a kingdom greater than his head?
Because that is the spirit of the Kshatriyas. They want kingdom. He wanted to start with the lap, but lap was rejected. So he wanted to immediately have that kingdom. Because the Kshatriya, they want kingdom. Kshatriya, by nature, they want to rule. They cannot be under anyone. That's why Pandavas, no, at the end, they wanted 5 villages. They need to have something to rule. Otherwise, they will not be happy. That is their natural propensity. Okay?
One more question that when demons are also in Goloka, how they experience different moods and devotees follow?
Demons are not in the Goloka Vrindavan. Come on. They become purified. Only devotees can enter into the spiritual world. But even the demons, because of Krishna consciousness, they become purified and enter into the spiritual world. But they are pure. They are not demons anymore. But because they are Krishna conscious in a demoniac way, in a negative way, that's why they don't get that mood of the devotees in Vrindavan or in Vaikuntha. Okay? They get the abhas, some semblance of bhakti. No more? Yes. Little louder, please.
When Suruchi is chastising Dhruva Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj is not devotee at that time, but is it considered an offense to Dhruva?
Offense can be to anybody. It's not only devotee there is offense. If you commit aparad to devotee, that is called Vaishnava aparad. If you commit offense to a living entity, that is called Jiva aparad. Offense is always there. Depending on the position of the person who is offended, you get the reaction. Simple living entity, little less reaction. Devotee, more reaction. Pure devotee, more reaction. Mahabhagavad devotee, more reaction. You understand? Depending on the position of the devotee, you get the reaction. But definitely there will be reaction for every offense. Okay? So Rishi definitely got a reaction. And there are consequences also. Uttama, what happened to Uttama? Well, you'll get every reaction. Oh.
Excellent review of Bhagavatam. Nice lecture. Enjoyed the nectar. Prabhu, here, Suruchi, when she, it is said in this shloka also that she spoke harsh words of anger and all that. But actually, she also brought Lord into the picture and said that you take the mercy of the Lord. So how do you understand that?
What you are not able to understand?
Actually, she's actually giving the mercy. So where is the question of harshness coming there?
Because one thing is what you give and how you give. What she gave, it was very auspicious. But the way she gave, it was hers. So it should be given, if you give sweet rasgulla. It's very sweet. But if you tell, you don't have money to buy, I have to give, take. He gave, but how he gave? You understand? That's why one is content, other one is intent. Both should be favorable. But here, content was favorable, but intent was unfavorable. Clear?
Two more questions. Vedagopal Prabhu is asking, could you please share an example for Sukriti from Karma and Jnana?
Huh?
Sukriti from Karma and Jnana.
Sukriti from?
Karma and Jnana.
What example?
You shared the example of Bhakti Vinayati.
Okay. Bhakti Unmukhi Sukriti, I gave some previous life example. Huh? Okay. Karma Unmukhi Sukriti also can happen. And if you give some money to build hospital, that is Karma Unmukhi Sukriti. For charitable activity, if you give money, you can accumulate Karma Unmukhi Sukriti. Okay.
One more devotee is not mentioned here. You mentioned that sincerity is giving 100%. So it's difficult to give 100% in all aspects of spiritual life. So
That's-
it means we are not sincere to you.
Sincerity has different level. So it's not that someone is 100% sincere, then he is sincere. Someone is getting 100% score, he is a good student. It's not like that. Someone is getting 90 is also sincere, good student, right? But you have to give 100%. Someone is studying sincerely, giving his 100%. Someone is also giving 100%, someone else, but someone is getting 100 marks, someone is getting 90 marks. But both are equally sincere because they have given their 100%. Understood? It depends on your, just like in Setu Bandhan Lila, different devotees did different capacity, but everybody was sincere, they are giving 100%. Squirrel was also. But Ramchandra took it very seriously. Why? Because he was giving his 100%. Whatever capacity we have should be engaged in Krishna's service. Whatever time we have should be engaged in Krishna's service. That is the meaning of sincerity. Anything else? That's it. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।
दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandvat Pranam. Dandvat Pranam to all devotees.
Hare Krishna. Yes, yes, Guruji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, Dandavad Pranam. We'll conclude for today. We'll meet again tomorrow. Hare Krishna.